Our first speaker is David Adams. Speech title, What Are You Going to Do About It? What are you going to do about it? David Adams.
What are you going to do about it? Growing up, every time I had a challenge, these are the words my mother said to me. Now, all mothers have sayings, don't they? Your mother has a saying, right? And I know your mother does. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anybody who has a mother with a saying. I grew up short, pudgy, a dyslexic child. You can count the number of friends I had on your thumbs. The rest were either poking fun at me or beating me up during recess. Now, I was 14 years old when Cousin Sam came home from the military, from a tour of duty with the Marines. Now, he looked me in the eye and said, "You are going to join the wrestling team, aren't you?" When I didn't respond, he continued, "Because if you don't, my brothers and I are going to beat you up." There are 9 of them. After 1.5 seconds of quiet, careful contemplation, I said, "I think I like the wrestling team." I lost my first 5 matches, and I wanted to quit. Now tell me, who is that one person you can go to? Explain all your reasons for wanting to give up, and she will never judge you. Wrong! Mom said, "What are you going to do about it?" I said, "What?" She said, "Exactly. What are you going to do about it? Are you working hard enough?" I don't know. Translation? No. Now, my mother stands 5 foot 2 inches tall, with fiery red hair. And many people tell me that if I put on a wig, I give myself a really close shave, that you'd all be staring at my mother. She told me that my Uncle Danny won boxing's featherweight championship of the world 4 years in a row. And here's how he did it. He was the first one in the gym, he was the last one to leave, and he worked harder than anyone else while he was there. Now, we agreed that this would be a great model for me to follow. Show up early, leave late, work harder than anyone else. The next day, I walked into the wrestling room 30 minutes early to the mixed smells of disinfectant, rubber mats, and that sweet, sultry smell of sweat. 3 seniors who had won state championships the year before walked in behind me. They helped me before practice. Coach Henry worked with me after practice. I was running 5 miles on Saturdays and Sundays. I started winning matches. And as my confidence increased, I won even more. I found that when you take an interest in yourself, others will take an interest in you. I even found a girlfriend, Lindsay, and she wasn't even ugly. Finally, I made the varsity team. You know the feeling, right? And then after all that extra work, all that extra effort, all that extra time spent, do you want to know what Coach did to me? He asked 5 of my teammates to challenge for my position every week. He didn't ask anybody else to do that. I felt betrayed. I was hurt and ticked off at the same time. This was my position by right, and nobody was going to take it from me. Coach was out to get me. My teammates were out to get me. Mom wanted me to dump my girlfriend. I went home ranting, raving, and rambling at the mouth like an idiot. "Mom, it isn't fair. They're only doing this to me." Fair? Fair? Son, you know fair is where you go to see the pigs. And then she just looked at me with those deep brown eyes that, "What are you going to do about it?" look. I could stay even later. I could work even harder. I could dump my girlfriend for extra time. I stayed after the practice after practice, doing extra push-ups, sit-ups, dips, sprints, stairs, and working on my not passing out move. By the end of my senior year, I was undefeated. I was ranked #1 in the state. number 12 in the nation. And I was 30 seconds from victory in my final match before the state championships when my bones snapped at the elbow. And the pains of 766 hours of practice time shot through my arm and into my heart as I realized my dream of winning a state championship was over. Nothing anyone said to me could console me. And then Mom, in her usual wise, wonderful way, said, "What are you going to do about it?" I said, "Mom, I can't do anything about it." She said, "Then you have to let it go." You can only focus your time and your energy on those things that you can control, like your attitude. My friends, my hard work did not pay off the way I had hoped. And in life, there are going to be times when your hard work won't pay off the way you have hoped. But my mother's wisdom has never failed me, and it will never fail you. Through this process, I just remember thinking, it's a darn good thing I didn't tell my girlfriend. We all hit those minor bumps in the road, don't we? Physical, emotional, financial. It always seems to be something. But all we have to do is look ourselves in the mirror and ask, what are you going to do about it? And we know that success comes by following a working model. Show up early, leave late, work harder than anyone else. Take an interest in yourselves, and others will take an interest in you, opening up doors of opportunity that have previously been nailed shut. What do you want? Do you want more money? If you want more money, you can have it. Do you want a better quality of life? If you do, you can build it. Do you want to win the World Championship of Public Speaking, like our very own Willie Jones? You can do that too. Or do you want a loftier goal? Like being the perfect parent, like my mother. You can do that too. My friends, the next time you have a challenge, I'm only going to have one question for you.
What are you going to do?
Mr. Toastman.